Who sponsored it? Well Path. Let's give WellPath a hand for this wonderful lunch we just had. They were the sponsors of it. Thank you. Our next presentation is a presentation to recognize a member of the General Assembly for standing with us. And I'd like to ask his sheriffs to come on up, Joe and Todd and David, the ones that are here. And one or two of the other sheriffs had to go back for a funeral, the other couldn't be here. I don't think Ken is here right now. But anyway, his sheriffs are here. And what I want to do is, and when we met last fall, we invited Senator Linwood Lewis down to Roanoke after, we had 2 or 3 sessions of the General Assembly that were tough, and Linwood had stood with us. He couldn't get to Roanoke. He's a working member of the General Assembly, had his law firm to run, couldn't get down to Roanoke, so I says, we're just going to put it on hold until we come to Norfolk and have you over there. So that's why we're doing this now. Senator Linwood Lewis is the senator on the Eastern Shore and for the Hampton Roads area here representing Norfolk and part of Virginia Beach. He graduated from Hampton Sidney College in 1984. He was elected to the member of the House in 2003. He was a lawyer graduated from University of Richmond Law School. In 2014, he was elected to the Virginia Senate, the 6th District, which includes Accomack County. He's also my senator, and I'm proud to have him as my senator. And the award here today, we're always talking about chairmen of committees. He's the chairman of the committee. He put a bill in. This one did that. This one did the other. And Linwood did a little bit of that, but let me tell you what this is all about. We all know that when we got out of the General Assembly last year and met in Roanoke, we had been through some pretty tough times in the General Assembly. And think with me for a second the makeup of the General Assembly and how influential a senator can be when the Republicans have 19 and the Democrats have 21, and you get a Democrat to go with you on almost everything you need. And let me just give you some examples. We don't have, for sheriffs, collective bargaining. We don't have, for sheriffs, the Citizens Review Board. We don't have qualified immunity. All 3 of those bills had passed the House of Delegates and were sitting in the Senate. And I went to Linwood and I said, you need to help us here. He said, I'm coming over. I'm going to vote with the Republicans if I have to, and we're going to kill them all, and he did. And then when the Democrats caucused, we prevailed on all 3 of those issues. Then most recently we had the bonus issue where the governor had put in a $1,000 bonus, and we pushed for $5,000. And again, he stood up, not always with all of the members of his caucus, but there were just 1 or 2 Democrats that went hard with us, and the Senate actually came up with a $5,000 bonus for the deputy sheriffs, and the conference report ended up with 3. It goes on and on. Let me just mention 2 more recent examples. Linwood is a chairman. He's a member of the Health and Human Services Committee in the Senate and chairman of the Health Committee. And for the last several years, on numerous occasions, there was a bill going in that gave us 24-hour TDOs, and he was chairman of that committee and stopped it every time. This year, he's still chairman of that committee, and we got Marcus Alert optional for all the localities with 40,000 or less. It happened in his subcommittee with his help. And Senator Stewart put the bill in. We had a lot of opposition to it. A lot of people were pushing back. We wanted it optional for everyone. We couldn't get that, but we didn't give up, and Linwood helped us with that. So he's been with us when it wasn't easy to be with us with his caucus, and we appreciate it. He also sided with, and this is not strictly a Sheriff's Association issue, but it's my issue. I mean, and a lot of other people in this room, he sided on some of these gun issues, and that's why we didn't get some radical bills passed. It could have been worse on gun issues. So with that, I want to ask his resident sheriff to present the Legislator of the Year Award, and it's for 2021, Sheriff Todd Wessels, if you'd come up, and Linwood, if you'd come up. And I want to invite any of all of the sheriffs to make any comments that they would like to make.
Good afternoon. This award's for Senator Linwood Lewis in recognition of outstanding legislative service for the improvement of law enforcement and criminal justice in Virginia. Virginia Sheriff Association 2021.
Well, thank you all. John said he wanted me to come here to say thank you, and I didn't realize there was actually something involved with that. I thought it was just like, thank you. But it has been a pleasure to work with the Sheriff's Association. My father, many, many years ago, when I was a very young child, was a deputy sheriff for a number of years, ran for sheriff and lost, and then became a farmer, and said back in those days that was probably the best thing that ever happened to him. But so for many years I was familiar with what's involved in what you all do. I just want to thank you all. You're thanking me. I want to thank you all for what you do all day, every day, all across this Commonwealth to make our community safe, to protect our families, to provide security in our courthouses, a whole myriad of things that you all do. And that's why I feel so strongly about some of these issues that come before us in the Assembly, because I know what you all do, and I know how important it is to us in the community to recognize what you do, and also to make it so that folks want to be sheriffs and deputy sheriffs. And it doesn't seem like such an onerous task with the world stacked against you. So John gave you a list of things that we felt strongly about over the last few years. I'm sure there are going to be some more. It's been, as he said, a very challenging environment for everybody, and hopefully things will calm down a little bit. But I can tell you that you have a great association. John is just well respected everywhere he goes in the Virginia Capitol, and we all put a great deal of stock in what he says. He always presents it balanced and fair, and he's right down the middle. And so you're very lucky to have him representing your interests up there. And these guys behind me also keep me honest back home. Sheriff Dowdy, Sheriff Wessels, and Sheriff Barron. And so it's been great to work with them as well. But again, thank you all so very much. It's a great honor. I didn't expect it, and I truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you.
You know, I really feel really truly blessed to have Senator Lewis as our representative. When John calls and asks us to give him a call and get him to support things, he does it without hesitation. So, Senator Lewis, thank you for all the support that you've given our department and our community and all the deputies across Virginia. And thank you for stepping across the aisle and doing what's right for law enforcement. Thank you.
I won't speak long. I already did earlier. But yesterday you heard from our mayor about how, he's, responsive to law enforcement and law enforcement concerns. And I'll just say, anytime I pick up the phone to call our mayor, he answers right away or within short order. I can just tell you how grateful I am to have Senator Lewis, who does the exact same thing for us. He takes care of us. He listens to us. He doesn't use the party line to determine how he's going to vote or what direction he's going. And he uses common sense. He uses common sense, and he listens to those who are most, potentially affected by the decisions of our legislators, and then he just makes the right decision. And so I'm so grateful that he's my senator, at least for the time being. We're losing him, and grateful for his service to us all. Thank you.
Okay, so what we will do is let's go down to the exhibit hall. They're going to be open for a while. I'll be back here now at 1:45. But when you go down to the exhibit hall, we have a very much sought after section of the program on the raffles. And they're getting ready. We got a lot of raffles, and most of you are in it. So that's always a hot item. Let's adjourn now to the exhibit hall and come back right at 1:45, which is about an hour. Thank you very much.